This is NDTV. And you're watching Ndtv-Hindu.
Back home after his resignation, for the first time, A. Raja has two sittings with the Chief Minister behind tall closed doors. The AIA-DMK warms up for the big showing next year, counters allegations with the defence saying the ruling party's end is near. The open deathbeds on the roads of Chennai gives children and parents the jitters, forces them to walk it.
நிறைய பசங்க வந்து வேன்ல அனுப்புறதுக்கே எங்களுக்கு பயமா இருக்கு.
And as he turns 61, NDTV-Hindu makes wishing the superstar of South Indian cinema a step easier through our virtual bridge. Good evening, I'm Evelyn Matthew. This is your one-stop destination for all of the day's news. The next 30 minutes, we bring you all of the political, city, national, sports and entertainment news that's made it to our bulletin tonight. But let's also take a look at the rest of the day's top stories. Sources reveal India has summoned US Deputy Chief of Mission over diplomat Meera Shankar's pat-down search. Digvijay Singh has not spoken for the party, the Congress says on his statement that Hemant Karkare's life was under threat from Hindu extremists. Former US envoy David Mulford says the Congress could stoop to old religious politics according to the WikiLeaks cables. A firm deal aimed at slowing global climate change, including a fund for poor countries, is completed in Canada. An ace shuttler, Saina Nehwal, storms into the finals of the Hong Kong Open Super Series. She faces China next. On to our top story. For the first time after the resignation by the Spectrum King, A. Raja sat down for a brief meeting with the Chief Minister today here in the city. And not just once, but twice, both at the CIT colony and the Gopalapuram residences of M. Karunanidhi. It's been almost a month since he put down his resignation papers, but today's conversations behind those closed doors are being seen as quite significant, as the speculations for an ouster for A. Raja from the DMK soon are now rife. Earlier in the day, A. Raja paid a flying visit to his party leader that lasted barely 20 minutes. All this was within a heavy security blanket around the area. The former minister was raided only this Wednesday by the CBI officials at his residences in Delhi and here in Tamil Nadu. And the man has been saying ever since that he would cooperate to prove his innocence. A. Raja had quit as telecom minister after the CAG quantified the losses caused in the allocation of the 2G spectrum at throwaway prices. Well, staying with political news from the state, meanwhile, the main opposition in the state seems to be warming up for the big polls next year. Jayalalitha has been blowing fire over Karunanidhi's accusations that she has been trying to create a rift between the Congress and the DMK and has now called them false. Amma is now saying that she was only referring to the Chief Minister's speech where he said that one individual could not be held for 1.76 lakh crore scams, and that the same was reiterated by Karunanidhi himself in the DMK's organ Murusoli earlier this week. And Jayalalitha goes on to say that she made a reference to the DMK's, the chief's greed for power, quoting his anti-Hindi struggle and saying that he had helped annihilate the Lankan Tamils. But with Karunanidhi's accusations against his arch-rival now, looks like the Chief Minister may be insecure about losing his alliance this time around. Now, we're clearly just a few months away from Tamil Nadu's big assembly elections, and the political parties of the state are making their arithmetic decisions for a potential alliance formula. In an exclusive interview to our executive editor Sanjay Pinto on our news show, Corridors of Power, former Union Health Minister and PMK leader Dr. Anbumani Ramadas says he has a soft corner for the Congress, and what's more, Ramadas Jr. also says his party is not averse to being in Vijay Kant's company in the event of such a formation taking shape.
When I decided to snap ties with the DMK, were you the sole voice, I mean the lone voice in the party advising them against snapping ties with the alliance?
I mean, that's all to do. It's a collective decision. I mean, it's not.
I know you had also a democratic voting system. I remember covering that.
It was to do with the Congress, basically, because Congress, we were part of the government for 5 years, and we had a very good understanding with the Congress. And in fact, Madam Sonia ji, she was very, very affectionate to all of us, and all the other leaders, especially Prime Minister was like,
Father figure.
Fatherly, and whatever from Health Ministry we asked him, he gives in, like, so. And he knows how hardworking we were. Like.
So which means your heart lies with the Congress, or any alliance with the Congress?
I mean, politics, a lot of water flows under the bridge time and again, and the situation.
Few months we'll have elections, you'll have to decide one way or the other. There was a time really when, I know at least the PMK used to say, whichever side the PMK aligns with, that side will win. But now
even today it is. Like.
No, but now which side are you going to go to? Because
today I'm saying the same thing, whichever side PMK is going to go.
But both the big Dravidian parties, the ADMK or the DMK, they're not really inviting you because now the PMK's critics say it's like a fence sitter.
No. I mean, on the contrary, now we are much sought of today, both by the ruling party and the opposition party and the national parties. Everybody wants PMK in. And that's it's like alliance arithmetic, and so that is something which
your vote share, particularly in northern Tamil Nadu, would benefit any alliance. One cannot deny that. But personally, which side are you in favor of joining? I know a few months ahead.
It's not just a question of vote share in northern Tamil Nadu. Our party is based now throughout Tamil Nadu, and like it's just a comparison between Mr. Vijaykanth's party. He says that he's got an 8.5% vote. When 8.5% vote went to 234 constituencies. Whereas we stood in only 31 constituencies, and when you got 5.5% votes. If we stand in about 234 all the constituencies, I'm sure we'll get about 13-14% votes. Like. So that's not the point. Like.
Would you be along in an alliance along with Vijaykanth?
I mean, in politics, anything can happen. So
okay, not averse to a tie-up?
Absolutely, there's no...
Because I know the PMK has been anti the film world. I mean, you all have campaigned against the influence of film stars.
See, unfortunately, in Tamil Nadu, the political scenario, last 43 years, only personalities from the movie industry have become chief ministers.
Why is that?
And nowhere else in India you see that. And that's the attitude of the Tamil people here. You know, I mean, they are so taken by the movies, the dialogues, the fights, and today a youngster acts in 2 movies, and then the third he says that I'm the next chief minister. I mean, you have to work, you have to have policies, you have to have priorities.
Who are you referring to?
I mean, I'm just a general talk, like, I mean, anybody.
Unlike many other politicians, one thing that the media likes about Anbumani Ramdas is that he's frank. You can ask him any question that you want, and he's frank, he speaks his mind, which is why I'm asking you.
Absolutely.
There was a time when many believed that there was a difference of opinion within the party, that Dr. Anbumani Ramdas wanted to remain with DMK, but the other leaders wanted to snap ties. Is that true? I mean... No one has ever asked you this openly before.
I again say that it was a collective decision. See, we have our views.
But personally, you were
individual views. We have our views.
Your personal view was to remain with Dr. Kalainar, for whom?
No, see,
there's a lot of anbu, as you said.
That's why I said like that it was issue of not DMK. It was issue of Congress.
Okay.
Since I was there for 5 years with the Congress government, I had shared a good relationship with them. It was the issue of Congress, and then it was the issue of Congress coming back to power, and that is what. And these were discussions, and then finally. And we had a democratic voting in a party, where out of 2,400 executive members, 2,200 voted to go with ADMK. So that's not a question
Regrets now?
It's not a question of individual. No, absolutely not.
No. You're still keeping that option also open?
Absolutely. Anyway, that's why I said like it will go in a winning side, whichever side wins. It's the other way. Wherever PMK goes, it wins. Like so, you can either way you can say like. So,
but you have a soft corner for the Congress alliance.
Yes, there is a soft corner because those leaders have been
have been good to you.
I was a nobody, and then Prime Minister and Madam Sonia Gandhi. I mean, they all took me up, and then they nurtured me 5 years and prominence, and they gave me the freedom to do a lot for the country.
And you can catch that entire interview tomorrow at 9:30 in the evening on the show Corridors of Power.
They are so taken by the movies. There's an issue of not DMK.
Well, still ahead on the bulletin, if his movies have not been proof enough, well, Gautam Menon now goes a step further in the name of love.